And I guess you could call this one the co-main event of the evening for Dana White's Contender Series. Tuesday night, we've got Valesca Machado fighting Piera Rodriguez in the women's strawweight division. Piera Rodriguez, if I'm not mistaken, is actually the women's LFA strawweight champion, and she won that by beating Svetlana Gotsik in the 5th round by ground and pound. And I will show you that fight. Hopefully I don't get copyright striked. I can't actually remember if LFA copyright strikes me or not. But first thing I'm going to talk about here is Valesca Machado. Her stand-up is pretty solid. She's got a kickboxing and boxing background, actually. I think that's a 2-0 record and a 5-3 record in kickboxing and boxing, if I have read it correctly there. But this fight here, man, Valesca Tina, which is Valesca Machado versus Maria Ribeiro. This was hard to watch, man. Maria Ribeiro gassed out in the first minute, and Valesca Tina just kind of popped off for the rest of the fight, to be honest. Her stand-up is pretty good. She shows a decent ability to avoid incoming shots and to land her own. Her fight against Maria Ribeiro is pretty hard to watch as her opponent gasses out in the first couple of minutes and then gets dominated for the next few rounds before Valesca finally finishes the fight by TKO in the 3rd round. Now, that's all the notes that I've got on Valesca Machado, unfortunately, but I've got a little bit more on Piera Rodriguez because I'm a bit more impressed by Piera Rodriguez's game. I can't remember if I muted this or not. I did. Piera Rodriguez, she's coming off that impressive win against Svetlana Gotsik, where she was actually favored to lose. I think she was like a plus 200 underdog, and she ended up winning in the 5th round by ground and pound. I think that she's actually a bit of a savage. She poses a decent wrestling game and controls her opponents in the clinch and up against the cage. She's got decent power as well. She scored her 1st round knockdown against Kayla Haracho early on in her career, and this is the finishing sequence. She pretty much reversed the takedown, tried to get a submission, unfortunately was not able to lock in the choke, and then just kind of popped off on the ground and pound, really, and finished the fight like that in the 5th round. So she's showing that she's got decent cardio. She can make it to the through the 3rd. She can make it through the final rounds. Tina Black, on the other hand, she was gassing out towards the end of the 3rd, but that was because she was throwing strikes on strikes on strikes on Maria Ribeiro in that fight. This is just another fight of Piera Rodriguez, which I will have running in the background as I talk about her a little bit more. I like the technical skills of Valesca, but at the same time, I also like the strength and power of Piera. I also like the fact that she's got that wrestling game as well. She's not going to be scared to take the fight to the ground. In fact, I actually think that we will see at least one takedown from Rodriguez in this fight here. And I think that the fight is pretty close, but maybe that's just because it's women's MMA, and I'm not the best at predicting women's MMA. I'm going to come out and say that now, but I've got Piera, and I think that she's going to win a wrestling or control time based decision here. And I do think that the fight will go the distance. A lot of people picking the KO. That is probably because she's got a lot of KO TKO wins. She's got a lot of ground and pound wins if you actually go to her record. And no, I'm going to be honest, I'm with that decision side. I think that we are going to see a Piera Rodriguez decision win. I think she's just going to win all 3 of the rounds by wrestling her way to victory. She actually only has one decision win in her career, I believe. The rest are by KO TKO. Ground and pound, and doctor stoppage as well there. So we'll see how it goes. But I've got Rodriguez in this one. I think she's going to get the decision. I think that maybe Dana will sign her. I think that he's going to be looking for 115 pounders, especially one as strong as Piera Rodriguez, the LFA champion. Yeah, man, I think that she's going to get the job done. I do think that she is going to get signed by the UFC at the end of the night.